Hey, it is a Truth Bomb Tuesday. And here's the thing, technology is being real special today, and I cannot live stream on Facebook. So today we're coming at you late. Who knows when I'm going to post this, but we will be on Facebook as a recording a little bit later. Either way, it's 2 o'clock and it's a Truth Bomb Tuesday, and I'm so excited. We have the whole team here today. Whoop, whoop.
Doot, doot, doot.
Yes, the Shanda, Megan, Jessica, Truth Bomb Tuesday kind of thing. So this week, I'm excited about this topic because we were talking about disappointment.
Right.
Wah, wah, wah. And I have a feeling right now, especially with all this COVID-19 specialness going on in our society, I would imagine there's a whole lot of disappointment going around. Would you agree?
For sure.
Yeah. I know I have my own thoughts on this, but I want to let you guys take it away first.
Go,
Wow.
Maggie.
I think I've been in denial about being disappointed. I've just been plowing through because my life hasn't changed one iota since the COVID business, and I have been actually working more, and I'm just disappointed in a lot of things. I got disappointed today because my flight actually got returned to me and canceled. So that became real that I'm not going to Miami on Thursday. So I'm very disappointed. I had plans, and I'm disappointed in people, and I'm disappointed in situations, and I'm disappointed on how I'm managing my mental on that.
Yeah.
And I feel bad. Also this weekend, I feel bad. I didn't realize I was off for 2 days and I had literally nothing to do for 2 days. And I don't know how everyone's doing this, staying home. Like every little bit, I was like, oh, we probably should eat something. Should we eat something? I think it's time to eat. It wasn't. But thank goodness I only have healthy food in my house. So I didn't have a route to get to something I shouldn't be eating. But yeah, I don't know how people are doing it.
That's
Sorry, squirrel there. Sorry.
No, all good. I've seen those little Facebook posts going around where there's the sign in the refrigerator that says, "What the hell do you want now?" You open the refrigerator, there's the sign.
Yeah, seriously, every time I was just like, "Oh, probably should eat something," and yeah, but thank goodness to go back to work.
Yeah, and I can identify with that too, being home. Not quite a month for me, but I've had my grandchildren, my 3 and 4-year-old grandchildren here for a month, and they always want a snack. And supposedly my daughter-in-law says it's only when I'm around. Mamaw is the snack factory or something. They think that when they see their mamaw, she's going to give them a cutie or she's going to give them some goldfish or something. So yeah, I haven't navigated that as well as I would have liked to this last month. They did go home this weekend, and I tell you what, we sent a lot of stuff home with them, and we just got rid of a lot of stuff, the snacky stuff. So whenever you said, Megan, that, at home, it's a good thing you just have the healthy stuff. Now, I have discovered in my health journey over the last couple of years that I can overeat the healthy stuff. So, we do that also. We keep the good stuff on hand, but there are times when I overeat the stuff that's good for me. So yeah, that's a thing too. Whenever you guys brought up the handling disappointment, what I shared with you guys that was my view on it is actually dealing with a couple different clients here lately that are disappointed in maybe their journey with their health and everything, and just trying to redirect how they think and, basically getting them to, even in their disappointment, to find some value in it, and just value that they even are recognizing that they're disappointed and they're choosing to get back on the rails instead of staying off the rails. And I don't even just mean with, eating or exercise or whatever, because like Megan, the things that you brought up, had a lot to do with just people and not getting to go, to events and stuff that you want to. And I've really, this week is my birthday, and I turned 50 this week.
Oh my gosh. Happy birthday.
I know. It's crazy. Yeah.
Awesome.
And so I wasn't going to get to go to Miami because my mom and sister and I planned a girls trip cruise before I knew about Miami. And it was to leave, the day of my birthday. And we had to, of course, cancel all that. And so I've been really trying not to think too much about my disappointment But today it kind of hit me also how disappointed I am that I was supposed to have this fun trip, and it was the first time I've ever done anything like that without like my husband. Besides Megan, when we've gone to different things, Iowa. Um, but you know what I mean, though, this was a big deal. And today I'm like, darn it, I have all these credits and all this money I spent that I'm not going to get to be able to use it. And then of course, we had a big cancellation last night, with our company, a big meeting cancellation, and that's a bummer. So anyway, my thing that I've been encouraging people to do is, what is your next thought after you realize you're disappointed? Are you going ahead and finding value in the fact that, yeah, it's a bummer. Yeah, you're human and you're feeling the feels, but what's your next choice and how do you pull yourself out of it? And, that's been part of my journey. I shared that with Jessica earlier is, that's really been something that's been part of my journey, just being willing to step out one more time. When I set out a year ago to lose weight, and I'm still not done, and I've actually gained a little bit of it back. So, but I'm still in this journey. But when I set out to lose weight, I remember my thought was, gosh, I've tried so many different things. But once I did this, I was so thankful. That was part of my testimony. I was so thankful that I was willing to try one more thing and to find something that works and all that. So yeah, I think that's a good way to manage disappointment. Just how do you move forward and not devalue yourself for the things that maybe either if you're disappointed in yourself or the circumstances around you. Sometimes we just don't have control over those things. And that's really where I think we find ourselves right now.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. I've got a client who's experiencing a really high level of stress. He's in the loan business, and the rules change every day. Something new changes, and it gives him a lot of stress, but he's also realizing that there's only so much he can control. Right. And in those moments of that stress and that disappointment and that like everything's always changing, it's really truly, like you said, it's like, yes, I'm disappointed. Like it's valid to identify that you're disappointed. It's like Megan said, I've been in denial that I'm disappointed, right?
It is. I've denied it and I've just been pushing through, going through the motions, pushing through. And I'm like, this is stupid. This sucks and I don't like it. And I'm going to have a 3-year-old tantrum right now. That is how I'm dealing with my disappointment. And vodka.
More tantrum and vodka.
Now, I haven't got a tantrum inside, but you can really get yourself in an ugly place with disappointment. You just get so, and then it's just so like, ugh. And then you just,
Next thing you know, you're going face down in goldfish and cuties and vodka.
Should we do that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a date. Okay, sorry.
Oh my gosh. I have this coach that I follow. Her name's Christine Hassler, and she wrote an entire book called Expectation Hangover. And that's essentially like the root of disappointment is when the world does not meet our expectation. Right. And like we expected that we were going to get to go to Miami. We expected that we would get to go to our favorite restaurant for our birthday. We expected that, we would get to go to the grocery store like a normal human being, or, we've got all these expectations of our lives. Right. And it's like my client, he's got an expectation of how a loan process should go based on past experience. Right. And when things do not go as expected, there's a big miss.
Yeah. And
now all of a sudden we've got this expectation hangover, right? These feelings of like disappointment and letdown and it's just not going well. And one of the things that she says that I absolutely love is like, hold on to the idea of what you want, like let that motivate to start your action. But then let go of all of the expectations, let go of all of the outcomes, because you cannot control what the outcome is going to be, but you can control your actions and the way that you show up in the journey on the way.
Right.
And so it's just like you said, Shanda, when your clients are feeling disappointed, like, yes, acknowledge the disappointment, because of course that's valid. Like, yes, you've got disappointment. Let's talk about it. And then the next thing is, what's your next thought? because
Right.
we can absolutely go down that victim rabbit hole of, oh,
Mhm.
poor me, everything's happening to me, life sucks, why me, right? But we can also choose to see the flip side of that, right? We can choose to say, okay, yes, here's how it sucks, but here's how it benefits me. I was playing Play-Doh with my daughter. We made green Play-Doh.
Did you not wash it off, or did it stain you?
I can't wash it off. It's stained.
What a cool mom. That's
I know,
okay.
right? That did
Cool.
not meet my expectation. I was not expecting to turn green thumb today. But I mean, that's really the truth of it, is that yes, okay, our expectation isn't met, but what's next, right? What is good about it? What is positive about it? Because I guarantee you that either way, there's always both sides of that. And it really depends on how you want to shift your thought process and take that next step forward.
I agree. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Another, just a thought about that is, so say like the example I'm thinking of that I had with a client is she had 2 bad days. That's the way she worded it. In her whole journey, she had these 2 bad days, and they all happened this week. And it's her first time. And I'm like, describe what you're saying. She goes, well, it's the first 2 times that I've ever eaten off of the program I'm on. And I'm like,
That's it.
whoa, girl. I said, let me just tell you right now, that's freaking awesome. And she's like, really? And I said, really? And I said, that's just part of the journey. And I said, the fact that, you got up the next day and went right back to it. I said, that's a big deal. I said, find value in that. And so you actually, we've talked on here about stop, challenge, and choose, and how we use that in our business to manage our emotions and our choices. And she uses that, right? So she told me, I just didn't stop, challenge, and choose like I should have. And I said, but you did, you just did it the next day. I said, so really you can exercise, now you can just learn from that you can exercise that power on the day of, or, in the middle of it. I said, you did choose. You maybe didn't do enough stopping and challenging, but you did choose to eat, I said, so it's okay. Just keep moving, and don't not derail yourself, like talk yourself down. Don't cut yourself down and devalue yourself. That's what I was trying to say. Don't devalue yourself because you did make a choice that wasn't good. Keep going. So.
Well, I have to be honest, like in those moments when I have been off the rails, so to speak, those are the moments when I've learned the most about myself. Exactly. Those are the moments when I learned about a new trigger that I wasn't conscious of before. It's that awareness that those bring that serve me to learn so much about myself. So now when I'm feeling some kind of way and I'm disappointed about, something I did or didn't do, I have to pause and ask myself, how did that serve me? Because I guarantee you, if you choose to ask that question and you choose to get insightful about what really happened and what the lesson in it was, you're going to find it.
The becoming curious. That's something that Shelley always talks to us about, becoming curious. Why did you, just become curious. Don't cut yourself down, figure it out, so I love that.
Yeah. So when it comes to managing disappointments, I guess we'll leave you guys with a couple of thoughts. Number one, it's okay to be disappointed, but let us encourage you to check your expectations. Good. Maybe there's an expectation there that is not realistic, that you need to reevaluate. And the second thing is, when you're disappointed, like, it's fine. Be disappointed for a minute because that's totally normal, but then ask yourself, what's next? Like, how do I want to respond next? Do I want to spend the next week wallowing in my disappointment, or do I want to get curious about it and figure out if there's a lesson there for me? Because that is an option too, right? Yeah. Right. Awesome. Anything else you guys want to add before we sign off?
Don't expect yourself from others. That's hard.
What'd you say?
I said, don't expect yourself from others. Like, you can't expect yourself from other people. Like,
that's it.
I did that. Why did you do that? Why would you do that? Why? I mean, or I actually told that to someone today at work. Quit expecting yourself from others, because you're going to be disappointed every single time, because they're not thinking, that you might not even be on the same.
I love that.
Disappointed because it's easy when you work with other people and they're like, they disappear when the work's ready to be done. When there's work needs to be done, they disappear. And when it's all over, they reappear. And they're like, I'm like, quit expecting yourself from others because you know that you're a hard worker. And so we just, try to lift each other up at work because it's hard sometimes.
I love that. You know, especially us being stuck home with the kids more than usual, right? Like I know there's a lot of parents out there homeschooling right now. And I know that that's definitely something that causes myself stress and my kids stress is I expect myself out of my kids. And I have to realize that they both do things very differently than I do. And when I let go of expecting myself of them, they teach me something new. They blow my mind.
Cool.
Right? It is cool. It is cool.
It.
So thanks for that. That's a really valid point. I love that. All right, y'all. I can't wait to see you next week for another Badass Truth Bomb, and we'll see you on Tuesday. Bye, everyone. Stop recording. Maybe.